Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this video with your friends and family. We're diving into the heart of a story that's ignited flames across borders, challenged diplomatic nerves, and torn open old wounds. The comment that's left Zimbabweans furious and South Africans divided, Zandile Dabula has sparked a firestorm by asking, "I don't know why Zimbabweans think they're special." Buckle up, this is going to be explosive. It all started as part of a heated discussion on South Africa's immigration crisis, an issue that has increasingly taken center stage in political and social discourse. Amid growing tensions, economic hardships, service delivery failures, and rising unemployment, foreign nationals, particularly Zimbabweans, have found themselves at the center of blame. But no one expected Zandile Dabula, a known health activist and former SANDF Surgeon General, to be the one lobbing verbal grenades that would shatter diplomatic civility. Her statement was blunt, unforgiving, and utterly incendiary. "I don't know why Zimbabweans think they're special." Those 11 words, captured during a live panel broadcast, ripped through social media timelines like wildfire. For some South Africans already simmering with frustration, it was a bold truth finally spoken. For Zimbabweans both in the diaspora and back home, it was an insult, an attack not only on their dignity but on their very presence in the country where they've sought refuge from economic despair. In the hours that followed, hashtags started trending. Videos flooded TikTok and X, formerly Twitter, where angry voices clashed. "What does she mean by that?" one Zimbabwean influencer asked, visibly emotional. "We've left everything behind just to survive. You think we want to be here?" Others pointed to the sacrifices many Zimbabweans make, taking on low-paying jobs, enduring xenophobic violence, and yet still contributing to the South African economy in sectors like construction, agriculture, and domestic work. But Dabula didn't back down. She doubled down. In a follow-up interview, she clarified, "This is not hatred. This is frustration. We have a crisis in our townships. Our clinics are overwhelmed. Our schools are overcrowded. And instead of acknowledging that, Zimbabweans act like we owe them something." That remark only poured more petrol on the flames. To understand the weight of her words, you must understand the fragile relationship between South Africans and Zimbabweans. Once considered brothers in struggle against apartheid and colonial oppression, that bond has frayed badly in recent years. As the economic crisis in Zimbabwe worsened, millions of Zimbabweans crossed the Limpopo, hoping for something, anything, better. But in doing so, they landed in a South Africa already buckling under inequality, joblessness, and political failure. South Africa's own government has fumbled the immigration issue for years, allowing loopholes, expired permits, and broken asylum systems to create a mess that now seems beyond control. This has left ordinary South Africans feeling like they've been forced to compete for basic services and opportunities, not against their own government, but against fellow Africans trying to survive. Zandile Dabula's comment came not from a vacuum, but from a deep pit of unresolved anger, misdirected resentment, and a government that has left its people to fight among themselves. But where is the leadership in all of this? Why has President Ramaphosa's administration not crafted a clear policy on migration that protects both national interests and human dignity? Instead, what we see is a slow boiling of nationalism, fanned by grassroots movements like Operation Jujula and Patriotic Alliance, who exploit the anger in the streets. These movements claim to stand for South Africans first, but many critics argue they're just vehicles for dangerous xenophobia. What makes Dabula's statement even more alarming is her past, a respected medical figure who once headed military health services, now seemingly joining the public chorus of scapegoating. Many expected better from her. Her role demanded empathy, diplomacy, and the nuance to understand that immigration is not about arrogance, it's about desperation. But not everyone is condemning her. In fact, there's a sizable chunk of the South African public who feel she said what many are afraid to say. She just said what's real, a man commented in a viral video filmed in downtown Johannesburg. We are tired. Our hospitals are full. Our jobs are gone. We can't be scared to speak the truth. That truth, however, is far more complicated than a soundbite or slogan. South Africa's unemployment crisis didn't start with Zimbabweans. Eskom's collapse, ANC corruption, broken municipalities, and years of economic stagnation have done far more damage than any foreigner ever could. Blaming migrants may feel cathartic, but it won't solve a thing. And let's not forget, many Zimbabweans in South Africa are not just here to leech, they're here to build. They clean your homes. They nurse your patients. They work the farms. They start businesses. And they do it all while often being undocumented, unprotected, and unwanted. The idea that they think they're special is not only unfair, it's absurd. But the damage is done. Dabula's comment will now live in the same history books that document the scars of xenophobic violence, from the 2008 killings to the recent riots in Diepsloot and Alexandra. Every time an influential figure throws careless words into the public sphere, they embolden the radicals, they legitimize the hate, and they make it harder for unity to ever be rebuilt. So where do we go from here? The first step is honesty. Yes, South Africa is facing a crisis. Yes, communities are under pressure. But no, scapegoating Zimbabweans will not bring solutions. It is the state that must be held accountable, not the refugee struggling to feed his child. Dabula may not have meant to stir the pot this violently, but she's unleashed something that's far bigger than her own opinion. She's reminded us all of how fragile solidarity is in times of hardship, and how easy it is to destroy trust with a single careless phrase. We need leaders, not agitators. We need policy, not populism. And above all, we need empathy, the kind that understands that no one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you or made you think, make sure to subscribe and share the video. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments below, but keep it respectful. We can disagree without dehumanizing each other. Until next time, stay safe and stay informed.